It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme today. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
On a spot of land that was once desert, now stands the city of Glendale, and a building filled to the brim with fans, State Farm Stadium. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Just waiting on the kick for the Cardinals. Matt Prater here. And this one's underway from Glendale. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for two.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
This one finds Barrios. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Sean Murphy-Bunting ranging over for that stop. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Tua now from the gun. Getting out to his left. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Jonathan Gannon considering a challenge. Yep, he's going to throw the flag. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Hits his target. That's Durham Smythe. It's a pickup of 26. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. That's caught, Devon Achane. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tua. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This is caught by Jalen Waddle, and he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on third. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, man, he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
That pass is complete to McBride. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Dolphins football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. No one around. He's got space. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down. Here's Tua. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Got his target. It's Hill. He's contained at the line for no gain. Sean Murphy-Bunting ranging over for that stop.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it inside the 10. And he'll He'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins stretch their early lead to 9. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins go up 10-zip here in the first. Sanders all set to send it away. Dortch now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now we get set to see the Cardinal offense for the second time. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Right back to Conner. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Murray here on first down. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Kyler to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Makes the connection to James Conner. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. He's got it deep downfield. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. And the jumpiness cost him 5. 1st and goal a little bit tougher here. Running it after the penalty. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal. One more time with Conner. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain for them on 2nd and goal, and now they need 8 on 3rd.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Murray, 3rd and goal. Flushed out of the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Cardinals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Hill now to return it. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Miami offense headed out there now. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. He's got Smith. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Miami.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Achan, a first down carry. Jukes one defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Tagovailoa on first down. And that is how our first quarter will end, as that pass falls incomplete. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're advancing it well as they face second down. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Going to the ground again on first. And he gets it forward and still about a yard out of that. Brought to the ground by Kaiser White. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They'll stick with A-Chain. And he's able to get this down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Aubrey puts it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Sanders all set to send it away. Dortch now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. It's Connor again. And they had that one contained right at the line. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Murray. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. This will be cut by Connor. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Javon Holland there to make the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On 2nd down, a run with Connor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Murray on 3rd down. That's complete. Here's Connor. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Facing 4th down now, the Cardinals turn to Matt Prater for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins send running back Devon Achane getting back to work. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Achane again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
They send Hill right. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Taken in by Smith. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Tua now from the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. On target to his man, Berrios. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up here with Achan. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's got it to his running back. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd down carry for Achan. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. 3rd time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Dortch now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Connor on the inside give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. A give right side to Connor. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Cardinals with the football. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Cardinals out for the punt. Tyreek Hill deep for the Dolphins. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Trying to work quickly now. Tagovailoa now, working from the gun. Completes this one to Hill. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Throwing now, Tagovailoa. This one finds Barrios. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins grow their lead just before halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins bump the lead up to 13 points. Sanders all set to send it away. Dortch now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out come the Cardinals on offense late in the half. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. Murray here on first down. He'll get this one to Connor. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop. Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. He's got him. That's McBride. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Back to the air, Murray. He has the first over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Throwing it just before halftime. On target to his man Higgins. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. That brings us to the break. The visiting Dolphins holding an early advantage. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Sanders all set to send it away. Dortch now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Arizona has the football first to start the third, and here comes its offense. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Dumps it off to his running back. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Handoff goes to Connor, running left. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd down, Connor gets it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Connor trying the right side. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Launches one deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now 2 at a throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. This one's taken in by Hill. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Zaven Collins in on the tackle. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Here's a chain up the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 41. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. 1st down, here's Tua. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Tua off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Achane again on 2nd. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Tua now from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. Aubrey puts it through, and that'll give them a 16-point advantage.
Well, when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
Dortch now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Cardinals offense making its way out. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Gets this one to Harrison. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st and 10, Murray. into the hands of Michael Wilson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll come up first and 10. Connor here from the gun. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's complete to Wilson. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Cardinals first down. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Right back to Connor. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cardinals shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a James Conner touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They'll try to run it in. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. Well, 2 left on the table there. Forget the goal line, Brock. They barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to me right there, Kate, that's a sign this defense did their homework, studied their tendencies. Yeah, no way that running back was going to get that one in, not with that force of the defense coming at him.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
Here's A-Chain running right. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought to the ground by Kaiser White. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. Duke the defender. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's Dolphins football. We'll see if they can close things out for a win. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Trying to run it in, Achane. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Trying again with Achane. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. He got maybe a yard there, so a long third and goal coming up. They send a receiver in motion right. On third and goal, it's Tagovailoa. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Cardinals and Marvin Harrison Jr. set for this next possession. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Plenty to start this drive with Connor. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On second down, a run with Connor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
It's Connor again. No yards on the play, and back-to-back stops forces a 4th and 3.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Punting unit out now. Blake Gillikin will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. Tagovailoa on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. The trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
Second down carry for Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A pickup of 7, so they're looking at 9 yards to go now on third down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. They gain 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Achane. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4, equals a first down.
They'll stick with A-Chain. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Miami.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Oh no, the ball is loose! And the Cardinals grab it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
The Cardinals in possession of it once again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Murray on the play fake. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. That one intended for Trey McBride. And it's going to be 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Has the connection to Jones. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Third and a lone yard coming up. Connor on the inside give. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
First down carry for Connor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. He's got it inside the 10. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner, they've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Tunga Bailoa. Able to find A-Chan. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. This one finds Barrios. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Tua. He has the first over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. A-Chain on the inside give. And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. A-Chain again. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. He's back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Cardinals football. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Back to throw. Stays in the pocket. Jones reels it in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Cardinals in the hurry-up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. Taken in by Harrison. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Setting up to pass. Flush down out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And he's tackled for a short gain. Cardinals in the hurry-up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's keeping it again. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Third down, 1 yard to go. Handoff goes to Connor, running left. And he's brought down for a loss. Cardinals in the hurry-up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. And to force it on 4th, and it's intercepted! Devon Holland comes up with it. And the Dolphins make the play that should win them this game. The fourth down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they don't take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
It goes to a knee as time winds down in this one. So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Glendale.